Hey, what's up, guys? Bing81, Vintage Nintendo Nerds.
We knick-knack, Vintage Nintendo Nerds.
As you guys can tell, he had to change his entire for this one because it is that important.
The game is just that important.
What's that in your hand?
This is the Master Sword. Before you bring back the power to repel evil within it.
Yes, it's just the Goddess Sword missing a couple pieces.
Yeah, but it looks like the Master Sword repowered up in my #1 game. Basically, you probably already thought about it, but in case you didn't, my #1 game is The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker.
This game is completely and utterly amazing.
Yeah, I just love this game. The graphics, phenomenal. Phenomenal.
They introduced a new character. They
introduced a new character.
They got rid of Young Link and gave us
basically
Young Link, but a cartoon version. They gave us Toon Link.
Yeah, Toon Link.
They also decided to actually put the King of Hyrule in the game.
Yeah, there actually was a King of Hyrule. Well, there always was, but we actually get to see him this time.
We get to ride him too.
But at first we just see him as a talking boat.
Yes, he's
the King of Red Lion.
Yes, the King of Red Lion.
Now,
give me that.
Fine. So, what's the story? Well, first, they give you like a little painting version, like of an introduction, that basically tells the story of Ocarina of Time, of how Link, the great hero of time, comes out of nowhere, wielding the power to repel evil inside the Blade of Evil's Bane, aka the Master Sword. And that's its nickname, the Blade of Evil's Bane.
Yes, and it started out as the freaking Goddess Sword.
Shut up.
Love the Goddess Sword.
Anyways, and destroyed Ganon. But eventually he had to go into another quest, which was in the story of Majora's Mask.
Exactly. The quest he went on was to find his lost friend.
Saria? Or Navi?
Navi!
Oh.
Navi's who he goes after. I don't understand why. Hey, look, listen. Hey,
look out.
Yeah. Why you would go find someone as annoying as that little puffball, I have no idea.
Enough of that.
Fine.
They tell about how he goes on to another quest, which leads up to the story of Majora's Mask. Then eventually Ganon returns, and the people of Hyrule hope that the hero of time will reappear and save them, but they didn't come. So they pleaded to the gods to rescue them, and then the kingdom just faded from legend.
The kingdom did?
Yep.
Do you know why? How does the goddess solve their problems, Andrew?
The
Knick-Knack.
goddesses decided to wash away not only Ganon, but Hyrule itself.
By submerging the entire kingdom underwater.
Well, yeah.
Fun fact for you.
Which is right above, and the mountaintops of Hyrule are all the islands in which the game takes place.
Fun fact for you, Dragon Roost Island is Death Mountain.
Yeah. And, by the way, also has the best song in the game.
Dragon Roost.
But anyways.
I'm sorry, no. Lost Woods takes the cake.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What?
Lost Woods takes the cake.
You mean Forbidden Woods?
Lost Woods.
But Dragon Roost takes the cake in Wind Waker.
Okay, that takes, yeah.
Yeah, but anyways. So what's the story? Basically, you're just a normal kid. You don't really have much importance in the world. But eventually, a giant bird called the Helmrock King kidnaps your sister on your birthday.
Ah, you're missing a part, though.
But
he drops Tetra in the woods.
He drops a young girl named Tetra, who happens to be a pirate captain. So, as they go after the bird escapes with your sister, Ariel. So you go to the Forsaken Fortress to try to rescue her. But you are eventually captured by the bird that's called the Helmrock King, and it takes you to its master. And guess who it is?
Dun, dun, dun!
He's back! It's Ganondorf. Ganondorf is the ruler of the Forsaken Fortress, and he orders the Helmrock King to throw you away. And then eventually you get rescued by the King of Red Lions, who later reveals himself to be the King of Hyrule. And Well,
No,
it's
you're
the
missing
Legend of Zelda game.
No, you're missing a point. You're missing a very, very important point.
What?
Before your sister gets taken, you go into the woods to see Tetra. And she is how you get to the Forsaken Fortress, by shooting you out of a freaking catapult.
In a barrel.
In a barrel of all things. And you don't have your sword through the entire Forsaken Fortress
So you
dungeon
have to
until you find it.
basically sneak around the fortress.
Until you find your sword.
Until you find your sword again. But
Yeah.
the second time you visit the fortress, you are able to use your sword because you don't lose it.
Tetra.
Tetra!
And then later on in the
Anyways,
game...
Later on in the game, you have to collect all... The King of Red Lions tells you that in order to save your sister, you have to find the 3 pearls. Din's Pearl, Ferrari's Pearl, and Neru's Pearl. So you go into 2 dungeons to get the first 2 pearls, but all you have to do to get the 3rd pearl is to visit a mystical fish called Jaboon. And...
Do you know who Jaboon is?
What?
Do you know who Jaboon is?
Who?
Take a guess.
The King Zora? A descendant of King Zora? Who?
Or Jabu Jabu.
Oh, wow. I never thought of that.
Surprise!
I never thought of that. But, anyway, he decides to trust you with Neru's Pearl, and then you uncover the Tower of the Gods. Once you beat the Tower of the Gods, you then ring a bell on the very top, revealing a portal in the sea. Once you go in it, you find yourself in a mysterious castle that's frozen in time. And then you go into the basement, where you find the Blade of Evil's Bane, the Master Sword. But
The Master Sword was in the castle?
Yes, the Master
The
Sword.
Master Sword's in the temple.
Yeah, that's weird.
There are so many different versions of that.
But
We'll
anyway,
have to do a video about
When
that.
you get the Master Sword, you go back to the Forsaken Fortress and destroy the Helmrock King, saving your sister. But when you go to confront Ganon, you're no match for him because the
Blade of Evil's
sword
Bane
is not really the Blade of Evil's Bane. It's
Yes.
just a regular sword.
Yet.
Until you have to find the sages of the 2 temples, the Wind Temple and the Earth Temple, who happen to be 2 characters, well-known characters that you run into at Dragon Roost Island and at the Forest Haven. Medley, who is a member of the Rito tribe, and Makar, who is, what is he from?
I don't know, but if you think back to him, how far did you get in Skyward Sword?
What?
How far did you get in Skyward Sword? Just answer the question.
I never got anywhere in
Okay, in Skyward Sword, when you get to Farron's Woods, the first thing you see is this little puffball thing with a puff of leaves on its back. Is the leaves on this creature on its back or on its head?
It's on its head.
Okay, it's roughly the same species. This species appears a second time later on. I can't remember.
Well, anyways, you have to find these 2, bring them to the temples, and awaken the Master Sword. Once you do that, you now have the true Master Sword, housing the power to repel evil. But
you start out technically with the Goddess Sword when you first go up against Ganon.
But
We'll do that later.
need to
We'll
say
do a video
that.
all about this Master Sword later.
But before you go to those temples, Tetra tries to save you from Ganon, but she gets knocked out. And 2 more of the Ritos save you, because you saved them from a creature named Goma. It's kind of weird that in a lot of the games, the first boss's name is Goma.
But this is nowhere near the Goma you fight in Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah, but I'm just comparing the names.
Yeah, of course you are.
But anyways, then you take her down to Hyrule, which happens to be the kingdom, which happens to be the place where the castle is in which you found the Master Sword. So, the King of Red Lions reveals himself as the King of Hyrule and informs Tetra that she is actually the Princess Zelda, who possesses the Triforce of Wisdom. And eventually, after you get the Master Sword back to its true form, you then find all 8 of the Triforce shards, completing the Triforce of Courage. Once you use it to open up the portal to Hyrule again, it's now housed in Link's hand. Now, once you go to see Zelda, she's then captured by Ganondorf.
Of course. It's the
They
classic Mario. Princess gets captured by the big-ass bad guy, and
Yeah.
you gotta go save her kind of deal.
And so you have to go through Ganon's Tower, beating the 4 bosses that you had to fight in the Dragon Roost Cavern, Goma, in the Forbidden Woods.
I can't remember who the other bosses are.
Yeah, but in the Earth Temple, Jahala, and in the Wind Temple, Mulgera. Yeah,
Where the hell did they come up with these names?
I do not know. I mean, what's this enemy called? Wait,
Ding,
that's
ding,
what
ding.
it's called? A like?
Don't remember the Pole's voice.
But anyways, off topic. Yeah, so then you go up to Ganon's Tower, and you finally confront him with a Triforce of Courage. And now, but then, as he's about to touch the Triforce and have all of his evil desires granted, the King of Hyrule touches it first, and pleads to the gods to have Hyrule completely washed away, with Ganon washed away with it. So you fight Ganondorf, and the best way to kill a boss, sword into the forehead.
No, this is what I
And-
don't. Do you know what I don't understand?
What?
Instead of dying, what is
tur-
he?
he tur- he
He
turns-
turns into the new Master Sword pedestal.
Yeah, he just turns into stone.
He should be dead.
I know.
What's the sword? Medusa's face?
Yeah, I know. That's
Whatever,
weird.
whatever.
But anyways, the graphics are phenomenal. The gameplay is amazing.
It's a good.
Storyline, just awesome. Introduction, great. Plot, nearly, well, actually pretty much flawless. I can easily deem it number 1. I hope you enjoyed this list.
Me too. Honestly, hey, I'm here too. Hi.
Yeah. We Knick-Knack, Vintage Nintendo Nerds.
Featured 81. Featured Nintendo Nerds.
See you all
Ne-
soon.
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
Bye.